So the women's 400 metres then. 4 women here are sub-50 runners. Nielsen in 1, Svetiosicic in 2. Well, how will Al Nasser go here? The outstanding world #1, unbeaten this year over 1 lap. She's in 5. She's gone off right in the centre there with the almost reddish hair. She's already closing up on Sherika Jackson, who's a 49.7 performer this year. Sherika Jackson, indeed, she's world #2 behind Miller Weibo, the Olympic champion. Down the back straight, El Nasser there, third from left in that shot, looking very smooth indeed. And she has the beating of this shield. She's going for a quick one here, I sense. Hasn't broken 50 seconds yet this year. Indeed, only 2 women have in the world this year. Miller Weibo of Bahamas and Jackson of Jamaica, and they come off the bend. She's got a good lead, but this is where so often Saini fishes this strongly. Look at the Niger athlete coming through. Is she going to get to El Nasser? Yes, she is, I'm sure. It's going to be incredibly tight to the line. And I think maybe El Nasser held her form the better over the last 5 metres, just to ease through. Half an inch or so in the lead. We'll have to wait and see. And that time, if it's confirmed, 49.18. I thought she attacked the clock. Boy, oh boy. That's a new meeting record. And let me tell you that the old meeting record was set by Marie-José Perec back in 1996. That's a 23-year-old meeting record. She hasn't just broken it, Steve. She's smashed it to pieces. And she does get the win by 2 100ths.
Well, if you've never seen Saini run before, she hasn't been on the circuit that much last year and this year. She starts really slow. This was the quickest I've ever seen her go through 200 metres. She was only half a second down on Nasser. And then it looked at this point as though she was going to go past and almost hesitated as though, hang on, I'm not supposed to win this. And then Nasser just rallies at the end. The two of them with an incredible time there, particularly from Saini, the athlete from Niger, who is still learning and is still developing. But look at those times.
Set.
Away they go. A test for McLaughlin Livroni, who has got Marilene Paulino up on her shoulder. She's already drifting past her. A really aggressive first 100 metres, and now she's looking at Lika Klaver and Kazmirek to her right. Paulino has already been reeled in. What has Nasser got to do? This is a step up for her. Klaver's gone out really hard as well, but McLaughlin Livroni, with no barriers to negotiate, is just gliding round those first 300 metres into the home straight for the first time. This is quick. How much stamina has she got? Is Paulino coming back at her? Yes, she is, working really hard. This is brilliant from Paulino. It looks like Livroni went too quickly. McLaughlin has been reeled in here. She's paid for that aggression. Paulino much more measured, and she comes through in 49.12. It is a meeting record just inside the mark from Williams-Darling. Well, that's a lesson, isn't it, for McLaughlin Livroni? There was even talk, about a possible world record over the next few months and years if she takes to the 400 flat well enough. And a bit of a wake-up call, because it's a different event, of course, technically and everything. She was asked about that in the press conference, and she paid for it. Really aggressive over the first 250, 300, but then Paulino came back and made her pay for it.
Well, I'm a little surprised, she's knows that you can't go out like that. Well, you can if you think you're going to run 47 seconds, and maybe that's what she thought, but she obviously is not ready to do that yet. And I always think that athletes, you need to take the steps towards what you're wanting to do, and you give yourself the right platform. And because Sydney is a great flat runner as well, but she will get quicker than that. That is a personal best, as you said, but she is capable of much quicker.
Paulino is so strong in the latter stages, as we suspected. Candice McLeod has gone off pretty quickly. Paulino coming under a little bit of pressure from Sada Williams down the back straight. Candice McLeod maybe just with a slight lead at the moment. Into the sunshine down the back straight, hugely populated here in the Letzigrund. Candice McLeod now up on the shoulder of Kilbashinska. A much more measured race there from Marilene Paulino. Paulino's got some work to do here. Paulino coming off the bend. Williams put her under pressure in Lausanne, but Paulino finds an extra gear. Is she going to come under more pressure now? McLeod in second place, pushing Williams hard, but there's the example again in the latter stages. Paulino stretching away. 48.99, the fastest time in the world this year, and she's only done it in the Diamond League final. Double victory for Marilady Paulino, backing up what has been an outstanding summer. It's a new national record. It's the fastest time in the world this year, and she is our first Diamond League winner of the evening, the first of 16 lying ahead on the track. Victory for Paulino. Caulfield coming through. Further promise and further proof of her excellent season to make it a Dominican Republic 1-2, and Sada Williams on this occasion having to settle for third.
All right. Well, this time we're away. Let's keep our eyes on lanes 6 and 5. We know Miller Weber likes to go out hard, and already she's up on the shoulder of Jessica Beard in the white vest. We know that Nasser as well finishes very strongly indeed. She has got such power endurance, brilliant strength endurance towards the end, but Miller Weber has had a fine first 200 metres. He's eating up the ground on the far side. At the moment it's Miller Weber, who of course is unbeaten over 200 and 400 this season. What has Nasser got left in the latter stages? Nasser coming through now. Nasser with that wonderful compact style. Miller Weber, the tall, elegant stride, and these two, as predicted, clear. Less than 100 to go. Miller Weber then in the ascendancy here. Miller Weber coming home but chasing her all the way. Nasser's going to give it a real go, but Miller Weber gets on the line. 48.98, would you believe it? Under 49 seconds. Only 9 women previously have gone sub 49. The last was Sanja Richards-Ross back in Brussels in 2009. And Shawnee Miller Weber, pushed all the way by the diminutive Salwa Eid Nasser, has gone under 49 seconds. It's a world lead, it's a personal best, and it's victory for Shawnee Miller Weber.
What a way to kick off the evening. Look at that time, 48.97. And she ran it to perfection. Strange race from Nasser, though, to some extent. She stood up out of the blocks and lost about a metre on the entire field. Then she got into her running down the back straight, while Miller Weber was very aggressive the fast 200. Then she cruised this second bend. Look at that, Nasser eating up the ground, moving up onto her shoulder. But Miller Weber there, third to left in the white vest, ran a really smart race. She saved something for the home straight, Chris. She saved something for the last 80 or 90. And when the challenge came from Nasser, she was expecting it, and she pushed on and held that 1 metre gap. Big race. Look at the gap behind them.
Well, a class apart, those two. It was always going to be about Shawnee Miller Weber and Eid Nasser. They both spoke very confidently in the press conference on Thursday. I'm scared of nobody, said Nasser. Miller Weber was very coy, didn't really give much away. You could just tell there was a quiet confidence about the Bahamian, and with good reason. That is a stunning race. And what a time. 48.97, a national record, a meeting record, a Diamond League record, and it is an outright world lead. 48.97, only the 10th woman to go under 49 seconds in history.
Set.
Well, nobody really showing, although maybe Amber Anning sent you a picture with that red ribbon in her hair has gone off very well. So has Lika Klaver, third from right. Klaver, the tall Dutch athlete with that blonde streak of hair, powering along the back straight, already up on the shoulder of Amber Anning. Goodness me, she's attacked the world first 150 like never before, Lika Klaver. She always does this, commits 101%. Great running though, out in lane 6 by Price, Nikisha Price. The NCAA champion, the world number 2, leads coming into the straight. Has Lika Klaver got the strength to go with her? Although Kaczmarek is coming back at her. The pole having a fabulous run here, but Nikisha Price will not be caught. She's finishing so strongly. Brilliant running from her through the second half as well. 48.56. She is the world's fastest this year, and the magic increases. Again and again this afternoon, we're seeing super fast performances on the track. And you'd expect that with Paris. The Olympic athletics is 12 days away.
And Price there has just run herself into position as one of the favourites for a medal, I think. That was so impressive. I thought that Klaver might come back at her, but Price maintained her form tremendously well down the home straight. National record for Kaczmarek. She improves her PB, the pole.
Wow, what a race. Klaver, I think, went out too aggressively. In the end, you can't blame her for going out hard over the first 200. It's not often we see Kaczmarek beaten, but Price, brilliant aggression. Personal best for the top three, and a couple of national records in there as well. Kaczmarek still improving at the age of 32, but Price already world number 2 this year, as you said, and now the fastest in the world.